So Joey Porter Jr., he is 13th on my big board. He's 12th on the aggregate big board. Brian Branch is still out there. We talked about Will Levis, Michael Mayer, Drew Sanders. Cam Smith is probably not, he may not go in round 2. We'll see what happens. Osiris Torrance, we'll see if he goes up the board. I know there's some injury concerns that could prevent him from getting drafted. A couple other names I'll throw out at you off my list over here. Rick, Keon White, who we've both talked about,
Yep.
the Georgia Tech edge rusher.
Yeah, I was just checking my list. Go ahead.
Luke Musgrave, the tight end of Oregon State. Juju Brents, one of our favorite cornerbacks out of Kansas State. We've talked about Hendon Hooker, BJ Ojolari, the edge rusher at LSU. Those are some names could go pretty early on day 2. Any names you want to mention? Oh, I'll mention one more. Cody Mock. I think he goes pretty early.
Yeah, one of your favorites, Fine Young Men favorite list.
Fine young men, absolutely. You got any guys that you are?
No, those are all relatively the same. I think that just tells you a lot of these guys were mentioned in the first round.
Yeah.
So when you're at the top of that second round, you're actually going to get, everybody talks about, well, this isn't a deep draft. Well, look what's left on the board. So you're going to get players that have first round ability or people saw as first round talent, but now you're going to get them in the second round.
All right, before we go, the Steelers traded up to get Broderick Jones. They have pick 32. If you're Pittsburgh, what are you doing? Or in terms of a player, or would you think about trading that pick if you get a sweet deal?
It depends on what the deal is, but if someone's coming up and get the quarterback, they're going to have to pay a premium, but that's invaluable to get the best player, and you can see how many good players are on there. I wonder if they stay, they didn't take the corner, they got the offensive lineman they needed. Does the legacy pick come into play at 32?
So BMAC and I talked about this. BMAC obviously played for the Steelers, 2-time Super Bowl champ, second round pick, 2005. We think Brian Branch might be a better fit. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I would agree to that because he is a multi-position player. Right. He can help at Nick. He can line up at free safety. So he may have more value to Pittsburgh, and he's a very good football player. Joey Porter's a very good football player, but he's an outside corner only. So are these teams starting to say, well, look, I have someone that has some position flexibility, which may be more valuable as a pick?
Yep. No, that's a great point.